Greetings. How y'all doing today? How you doing today? It's your girl Queen Serene here on Go Digger. I took this weekend off, y'all, but this is the fifth week. I'm still here, y'all. Still here. And today, well, actually, this week we are going over finance, aligning your finances and things like that, setting your goals through adding finances to your goals. Okay. So how you doing? How you doing this week? How you do last week? How you doing today? How was your weekend? I have this video on. I want you to listen to it. This is something that we had a great call yesterday, and I wanted to bring you all in on a little bit about how what we do on our calls. First, we listen to we get our planners, and we talk about what we're going to do the following week, and what we've done, right? And I'm here. It's your girl Queen Serene here on Gold Digger. Gold is an acronym for generating an objective, ambitious lifestyle, and that's what I want for you. That's what we're all here to do. The accountability call that I'm talking about is on. We have every Sunday at 8 a.m. Central Time, right? And today is Make a Moves Monday, right? And this we're into a 12-week series and I'm looking for my doggone book. But anyway, we're in a 12-week series that we are discussing um, different ways on how you should structure and plan your goals and through your journey. And the first week was all about foundation. The second week we talked about clarity, and then we talked about the third week was all about being accountable. The fourth week, uh, last week was um, what was last week, y'all? I have my book. I need to bring my book. Dang, it's here. Here it is. I don't think I see it, y'all. But anyway, this week productivity. And this week, we are going to be talking about getting our finances, creating goals with our finances. Now, can you hear this? I want to share, like I said, I want to share a little something with you.
They get back on because deep down they know that the only way to overcome
and this is YouTube, so hopefully they don't turn me off. I don't even know if I'm able to do it because YouTube.
But don't let it stop you from moving forward. Now
They're
here's
turning me
something
off
practical
sometimes.
you can do. When doubt shows up, write it down. Grab a piece of paper and list out the specific doubts running through your mind. Maybe it's I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the experience, or what if I fail? Once you've written them down, take a step back and look at them. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have that supports this? Most of the time, you'll find that your doubts are based on assumptions, not facts. For example, you might think, I don't have the experience, but what about the skills you do have? What about the times you've learned quickly or adapted to new situations? When you challenge your doubts with evidence, you start to see them for what they really are, just thoughts, not truths. Another powerful way to counter doubt is to remind yourself of your past wins.
We're going to wrap up right here.
You accomplished something you didn't think you could. Maybe it was passing a tough exam, completing a big project, or even getting through a challenging day. Those moments are proof that you're capable of more than you think. Write them down and keep them somewhere visible. When doubt creeps in, look at that list and remind yourself, I've done hard things before and I can do them again.
Okay, we're going to stop right there.
Because nothing quiets doubt faster than taking action.
But basically, instead of me giving the spiel on certain topics, I will put in something like that in the beginning, right? While we are going over our goals, writing them down. That'll be in the background, just getting you motivated and things like not even just motivation, but it's just preparing you to stay focused, right? And some of us are listening to it, some of us are, writing it down, or we may listen to it and then write it down, right? But the key is to do something. And today is, like I said, Make a Moves Monday. You have to do something, right? We can't continue to procrastinate, right? I'm your accountability partner. I empower you to conquer your fears, take control of your life, and execute your goals through goal structure. Okay. And like I stated before, here it is. I found my it was all about foundation. The first week, the second week was clarity and vision. Third week, overcoming your fears. Fourth week, last week, productivity and time management. And this week is financial confidence. Okay. Um, like I said, we're going to talk about aligning your finances with your goals. Okay. And some of you may have heard when there was a time I was making $9 an hour and I saved $10,000. And it was through um, having that goal, having that goal up for my finances. Because you always, just like in my planner, you want to have a goal for different areas in your life. You want to have a goal for, did I? Yeah, pause it. Okay. You want to have an area, excuse me. You want to have an area for your career, for your finances, for your relationships, and relationships being, it could be uh, relationships as far as love relationships, but not only just love, but professional relationships as well. Things like that. Spiritual, and that's one thing I'm revising my book because I did not have that in there. Because and that's so important. You got to align with your beliefs, your spirituality. Whatever it is you believe in, you have to have that a part of your goals. Because that, and also with your personal growth and your health and things that you want to do in your leisure time, right? And those are some of the things that we also um, we also talk about, not even just talk about, but we also maintain when we're doing our goals. We make sure we have that within that as well. Have that within, um, put that in line with our goals, is what I was trying to say. Um, and also your affirmations. We can't forget about those, right? You have to, be grateful. I have a line for being grateful and having gratitude in the Gold Digger Planner. But speaking high frequency too. So not even high frequency because you can't speak high frequency, but speaking you just got to be aware of how you speak to yourself. You got to speak highly of yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Speak highly of yourself. You got to just be prepared to um you know really put out there what you want to see in yourself, right? Like, I want to become an author. Say that. That was one of my goals actually. And so I had to see myself being an author. I wrote it down. Then, but not only just that, I had to make action steps, right, in order to attain becoming that author. And that was getting that book done. And finances, my point is the same way you have those goals for those different areas in your life, finances being one of them, you have to write it down and schedule it, and not even schedule it. You got to write it down and you got to take the action steps and plan it. There we go, plan it. All right, you have to plan it, and that's the only thing I did when I planned, and I didn't even know how much money I was going to save up. I just seen that I had $10,000, and within that year, and I was like, dang, because I didn't have a goal, but I would suggest that you have one. But we'll go over that later. The theme today is financial confidence, budgeting, saving, and investing. All right. And that's something that has to be on your list of your goals, throughout 2025. Why financial clarity is essential for achieving your goals? Well, it's the foundation of success. When you know where your money is going, you can align it with your goals rather than let it slip through your fingers. All right. Without clear financial picture, dreams remain just that. They just remain dreams. Clarity empowers you to make intentional decisions, avoid unnecessary stress, and build momentum toward financial independence. Um, just like if you were to take a road trip, right? You have to have clarity. You have to have clarity. You're not just going to take a road trip without filling up your tank, right? Or not even knowing what route to take to get there, finding that out, to something new, let's say, right? You have to consider that. You got to budget, you got to save, and you got to invest in a strategy on how to get there. And that's the same with any other goal that you may have in any aspect. But in this week, we're talking about financials, right? Financial literacy, financial finances, your finances, being confident in having those finances, right? Um, so this is how to create a basic financial alignment plan, right? You, like I said, you have to, in the beginning when I saved that 10,000, like I said, I didn't have a number. I just wanted to save money. That was just my motive, and I was just like anything I, and I'm gonna tell you my story after I give you this plan, but just kind of give you a gist of things I did. But this is the plan that you could consider. You can tweak it how you want to. First of all, like I said, if say you have a $5,000 plan, right? Um, a $5,000 goal to save that money, right? For $5,000, you got to and save within a year. Let's just say a year for 5,000, because that may be a lot. Like I said, I did 10, but I'll tell you how I got to that 10. Um, so you start with knowing, with the plan. You got to also calculate your income. You got to know what's coming in, where and go what's also going out. What bills are you paying? What bills are you responsible for that you have to pay, and then what your income coming in, how much is that? And that can be, say your job, how much money are you bringing in? And that's where that budget sheet, I also got a budget sheet in my planner as well, but I'm gonna give you some tools that if you don't have my planner, you can budget as well. I like to write things down. That's why I have that in my planner, because and I still to this day write it down. It's actually still I still write it down. But these tools, a lot of people they want to, you know, technology is booming. So I'm gonna give you some technical tools that you can use. Okay, besides writing it down. But I would suggest keep a notebook, to write something down if you don't have my planner, right? But you got to access your current financial situation, calculate your income, your paychecks, your if you have side hustles and any other passive income that's coming in, you have to consider that. So you calculate all that and see what that amount is. You got to list again, like I said, list your expenses. What's your rent, your utilities. I know it varies, but there's ways for you to cut your utilities down. By just being aware of how are you using them, not using so much, but not even just that. Some people can turn the breaker off. That's a way to do it too, turn the breaker off when you're away from home. Now I know that that may interfere with some of your like refrigerator. You can turn certain breakers off right in your house. That's a way to do it too. But identify areas where you can cut back. A lot of times we have these just subscriptions, and I'm one to say I have subscriptions. I have had subscriptions that don't even use, and have been continually faithfully paying month to month because it's on a recurring. It just comes out of my account. Be careful for those, because when you're not using it, then like I said, it's still coming out of your pocket and you're just not aware. It was a time that I paid for software, and that software was not cheap, y'all. It was like, I think it was like 200, I don't know if it was 180 or 280, something like that. But it was just coming out my paycheck. I mean, my paycheck. It was coming out of my account to every month. And it was until the eighth month that I was just like, that I was where that's why it's good to check your emails too. I used to slip on my emails because that's how I found it. It was like, thank you for your payment. That's what it said. I said, my payment. And then I looked, but anyway, and I ended up it 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 ended up running out because I put it on the back burner. I said, okay, I know I'm paying that. I need to get that off. I didn't take it off immediately, and it just ran out to the end of the year. And so I paid for it a whole year, unfortunately. And I don't even know if I can get that money back. I did eventually email them and ask them about it. But I didn't get a response. Maybe if I was a little more aggressive with it, maybe that's something would happen. 'Cause I'm not going, and it's not like I got money like that either. I don't have money to spend. It's just something that happened, or to waste. Did I say? It's just something that happened that I just getting. I just charged that to the game, I guess. Um, but anyway, those. you can cut back that way as well, because that's just my point. Some things that you have, those subscriptions, even on your phone, your iPhone, look at your subscriptions that you have on there. Turn them off, counsel them and things like that, the ones that you're aware of. But anyway, number three. So, like I said, you got to define your goal, the number. And then I needed to just recap with you, okay? Define your number and then access your current financial situation. And that's by seeing what you have to work with, basically what you're getting paid, what's left after you pay your bills, and things like that after you pay all your expenses. Okay. Then you create a goal oriented budget. Now, I didn't use this one, but I'm going to give it to you just because this is something that you can do, right? But I'm going to give you what I did. 50% goes towards your needs. This is called the 50/30/20 budget rule. And as a guide is 50% goes towards your needs, 30% goes toward your wants, and then the other 20% goes towards your goals. Now your wants could be entertainment and dining out. Personally, I think that's a little too much. But a lot of people they enjoy to do that. I mean, I enjoy doing that, but I don't want to spend that type of money, right? Or that much money. 30% to me is a lot. Um, and then 20% towards your goals, which are your savings. Like I said, that $5,000 that you want to save up, investing in something, you're investing in your education or anything like that, or debt repayment. Getting those, working on your credit. Oh shoot. Ooh, let's see. Sorry. All right, I didn't turn this off. That is my bad. Let me go and turn this off. And then we don't have much longer though. Um, okay, so if you're using that 50/30/20 rule, your goal requires $5,000 in 12 months, right? So you're going to break it down. You're going to divide 12 months with $5,000, and that will give you $417, right, a month. You can also break it down if even further by breaking it down even further by cutting that in half every 2 weeks, especially if you get paid quarterly, or not quarterly, every other week, every 2 weeks, that type of thing. Then it'll be more 200, about $210. I'm live. Y'all come on out and close my door. Thank you. Go ahead and use it. Okay, close my door. My grandchildren. But you're gonna adjust the budget to allocate the 417 monthly towards your goal. So $417. So, like I said, you're going to that's how much you need. So now you got to look and see where you're going to find that money at. Where can you get that money from, right? And then you want to automatic and track your progress. Set up an automatic tracker to separate savings uh, to a separate savings account. So you want to, this is something that you can also do. We never pay ourselves, right? We pay all these bills, but and we want to save money, but we don't pay ourselves. That's the way to save money. You can also and that's what I use. I didn't typically use the 50/30/20, but I paid myself is what I did. So, and you're gonna pay yourself. The method that I used was paying myself, and I'm gonna pay myself the highest. So wherever I seen, let's just say for example, when I was making that $9 an hour, and let me tell you, I did work a lot of overtime. That was how I increased. I didn't have any side hustles at the time or anything. I'm telling you, this was strictly on a uh, $9 uh, hour day job, a 9 hour a day job, right? Or 9 hour job, right? That's how much I was getting, $9 per hour. So, but I was doing overtime, and that's how I got a lot of the money. And when I got that money, when I got my check and paid my bills, right? Minimum bills. I didn't have everything at the time. I didn't have a lot of things, but rent, utilities, cable, maybe cell phone, and maybe one or two other extra things. But I made sure that was paid, and then with having all that overtime, I had a lot of money. I'm gonna pay myself good. So I took most of that money. I didn't put anything, I didn't really have any wants. The wants was the cell phone. The wants was the little extra things. The rest went straight to there. So really Mine was basically about 40%. I put like 40% in my pool, for me paying myself. Like I said, we don't pay ourselves. We have to pay ourselves for these type of things. And what I mean by what you can do with your check to get for them to withdraw it from your check, so you don't even have to see it. A certain percentage, as have it a certain percentage go into a checking account, right? Let a certain percent go into a checking account. Um, each time you get paid, remember to pay yourself. Okay. And that's what I did. And that's exactly, and it became a game. It literally became a game, especially when I didn't put it in the bank. I had mine that I can see, I can touch and feel mine. I hid mine, in the house somewhere. I don't do that now, but I'm just saying. And then and I didn't tell my children about it. I didn't let them know about my savings. What's going on with you? Okay. Well, anyway, so I didn't even tell them about it. I just remember just piling up, piling up, piling up, and every time I just got excited each time. And I said, "Ooh, I'm a." It just made me want to put more. And if I had a little extra more, I'd put a little extra in. You know what I mean? Until I had remember when I got it was 10,000. I was counting it. I was like, "Whoa, this is $10,000." And it wasn't even uh income tax time. And so just imagine, I was just so excited. And so 10,000, and I don't think even back then they weren't giving you $10,000. Like you wasn't able to earn that much. I was Back in the day, I was getting like 5, 6,000. That was like a big check. Now they're giving you 11,000, the ones that can uh get the big income tax checks that have worked and have children and things like that and don't have to pay taxes. you know, some of us don't have to pay taxes. Some of you don't have to pay taxes, right? Should I say? Um, anyway, so going back to this, the $5,000 12 months, I said 417. So then, it'd be about eight, 228 or something like that. $208 every 2 weeks. Then you can cut it down even further, 104 if you get paid weekly, but that kind of thing. So you just got to have a plan, y'all. You got to have a plan done because it can be done. And then, like I say, you track your budgeting, and then explore free financial tools. And these are the tools that I'm about to give you. I'm about to give you Mint, which is a budgeting and bill tracking. Mint, MINT. YNAB, you need a budget. That's the acronym for you need a budget. It's a hand-on budgeting tool. Good budget. It's an envelope budgeting system. I um I tried that before, the envelope budgeting system. If you don't know about that, just look it up. Good budget. I didn't use that particular tool, but there's YouTube videos out there that I was watching and trying to learn the technique of the envelope budgeting system. I didn't quite get it, but my technique worked for me, and you're gonna have to use your best judgment and use whatever works for you because some things work, some things don't work. Savings and investing. Acorns is round up your square change, your spare change, and I got my glasses up. Your spare change for investments. So acorns, they're rounded up for you. This is just small ways that you can invest. You know, Digit, uh, it's an automatic saving based on your spending habits. That's a tool you can use. Fidelity Youth Account. It teaches investments for beginners. So you can try that. Um, Increasing your income. Like I told you, I when I was increasing my income, it was doing overtime. However, now, people are doing selling products, like me. I'm doing that as well. But I'm just saying you can do some side hustles, get an extra job. I don't really advocate for that though, because especially if you have children, I suggest you get a side hustle, doing hair, um, creating digital products, babysitting, things like that. Starting a webinar for, I mean, not webinar, but creating t-shirts, things like that. I suggest you do that because, working, boy, one job is enough. Two jobs, boy, but some of us have to do it. I have a sister has worked two jobs for years, and also a child, one of my children, she works two jobs, been doing it for I think 6 months now. So, but woo, I don't think I want to do that. But anyway, but you have to do what you got to do. And if that's one, then just go ahead and get that done as well. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Now, the action steps that you can take control today. Okay. And my Facebook, I mean, not my Facebook, my Instagram just went out, but write down your goals. Okay. We want to write down our goals with a specific amount and a deadline. How long you want to do it. That's why I said 5,000 within 12 months. Um, that type of thing. Then you want to audit your finances, know what's going in, what's going out of your money, what you're bringing in and what you're taking, what's taken out of it. So then you'll know what you have left over to invest with or save, right? Your expenses and where to cut back on as well. You got to know that because some things that you're doing, you know, hey, if you're smoking, you might want to cut back because that's an expensive habit, right? And I'm talking about any kind of smoking that you do. It could be cigarettes or whatever else you smoking. Don't do, you could just cut back those little things. Um, a lot of us Starbucks want to go to Starbucks and drink the coffee and things like that. That's an expense that you may can cut out that you should be able to cut out. There's a lot of things that you can cut out. Eating out, cut some of these things out of your life so that you can have more money to do something with or to save with or to invest with. Okay. Create a simple budget. Set up an automated savings plan. Like I was saying, have some of your money go just, you don't even see it to where you don't even know. You just let your bank know or your your bank or either your HR at your job know how much you want taken out of your check each month and each check and then have it sent over to that specific account. And then just don't even think about it. Don't even think about it, right? Get work more hours, to make up for it if you need to. Create a simple budget and set up your automatic savings, like I just said. Use the tools Mint, YNAB, and Good Budget to track spending, and find extra income streams. Okay, those are the things that you can do. Right, financial confidence starts with clarity. Align your money with your mission, and success will follow. Okay, um, what is your financial goal this month? What's your financial goal this month? Drop it in the comments and let me know. Okay. We can hold each one of us accountable, right? We can hold each other accountable. It's your girl, Queen Serene, here on Gold Digger. And I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, we will be, like I said, this week is all about basic financial alignment and aligning your finances with your goals, making financial confidence, budgeting, saving, and investing. It's your girl, Queen Serene, and I'm Oats. Peace. Oh boy, that one was a doozy. Okay. Oh, I'm hot in this sweater.